What's up? What's good, people? This your boy Scott Lewis, Apartment Gaming and more. Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition here with another one. Today we have a pregame with San Antonio Spurs. It's going to be a hard one to look at, guys. We got here John and everything BK
Hey
Nets.
Scott.
What's good, John? Today going to be a tough one, man.
Hey, it's all about the tank business right now. It could be the toughest game we're playing our lives. It's saying not the team to duke it out right now. So we got to be strategic. But yeah, listen, it's this weekend is perfectly set up for the Nets right now. We're racing with the Pacers to get the second worst record somehow locked down top six. And the thing is, if the Pacers even lose today and we lose, we still play tomorrow. So the Nets could come into Sunday's game a half a game behind the Pacers for that second worst record. And the Pacers are facing Memphis on Sunday. So the Nets by Sunday evening could come away with the second worst record if everything follows suit. But who knows at this point? We're playing the Spurs on a back to back, and it seems like none of the vets are getting rested tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, everybody's going to play, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Nets are going to get blown out, but what I'm saying is it's not looking well. But that being said, we still can get some good play from our rookies and see if they can handle it. I don't expect them to win, but I don't expect them to get blown out neither.
No, that's very true, and we want to definitely see progression from the rookies. For Yegor tonight, try to get out of a slump a little bit. He's just been chucking a lot of threes lately. Like, show some interior play, work on your weaknesses. Same with all the other guys. Drake Powell, show us you can do these awesome plays more than once. You have the ability. It's just confidence needs to be there. And Danny Wolf, I know that's your topic tonight. Listen, I
Yeah.
think Wolf's had some mixed performances. He has some much better performances, but still, I think his position is something we've had a lot of discussions with different people about. Like, you probably want to play him at the five more, but the way Jordy plays him at the four, the three, the two. I mean, shooting guard. I not think Danny Wolf would play shooting guard at certain points this season. So you're seeing Wolf play at all the positions he shouldn't play at, except the one he should play at. So that's been
Yeah,
confusing.
exactly. I totally agree with you. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, because it's no way. I mean, but Danny is an interesting player. He has a skill set that it's kind of like in between two positions. He can handle the ball. He's 7 feet. He moves kind of good. I mean, for somebody 7 feet, he moves very well. I mean, I don't even know, how you draw him up into a play. Like, how would you use him? Because he's not a. I don't know if he's a great rebounder. We have to really actually give Danny Wolf a year to see where he at.
No, that's fair. But you also would like to play him at a position he's good at, like the five, because he could go up against bigs. When you ask him to guard ultra superstar power forwards, small scoring guards, like it's some of the best at those different positions, Wolf is not going to be good at locking them down. And Wolf has had some defensive plays here or there, but a lot of times he gets put on figure skates just because he's not used to playing those roles. And this goes back to the positionless basketball crap, which honestly, for these rookies, I don't know if exposing all that to them so early is as good as I thought it could be, because I thought the rookies could take it in stride and say, hey, I'm eventually going to play my strong positions, but I got to learn how to master everything else because this is what the organization wants us to do. But at the end of the day, you need the right pieces. I don't know if these kids have that full-on versatility with different positions like we thought they could, because they're not even playing at their strongest positions yet to fully master. So it's a lot. It's a lot of sensory overload is what I'm trying to get at with these
Right.
guys, and we've kind of seen that against higher echelon teams. They looked very, very weirded out by it because they're not used to their roles. So these last 25 or so games, it'd be nice to see these rookies play at their strengths a little bit, not just they have to play at bad roles because we're just trying to tank. Like, you want to see some development in those key areas. For Danny Wolf, I would love them to figure out, like with Yegor, what is your position? Are you a four or five? I think he's better at the five. But if you want him to be a four, you got to find a really good center that can handle the defensive stuff, which will allow Danny to be more of an offensive point center of sorts at the four position. That's how I think it could work with Danny Wolf. But if you just have Wolf next to Dayron. You really don't get to see Danny Wolf's strengths a lot because he's just a big out there without a real set position, and offensively he contributes here or there. Danny Wolf can distribute. We've seen that. We've seen him run and gun. We've seen him
Yeah.
find people at the corners. He can go in the interior. It's just if you don't play him at that position, you're telling him to just be a 3-4-2. He's not going to be set defensively whatsoever, and offensively, he's not going to be very on the ball either. So I think Jordan needs to figure out how to play these guys to their strengths a bit because you're not really making the confidence better playing them at positions of weakness
Right.
right off the
Yeah.
bat. And that's something I hope would be adjusted towards the end of the season at least so they can feel more confident about themselves.
Yeah, let's look at Danny's stats. Danny versus the Mavericks, 14 minutes. I mean, I think he needs more minutes though.
I agree. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
That I agree with. I can't. You can't really. He can't get a feel for the game with just 10 and 15 minutes. I mean, that's just my opinion. But
Well, this is why Clax, MPJ, man should be getting rested. They're playing 30 minutes right now in the part of the season where they shouldn't be playing that many minutes. If anything, the vets minutes, even if you have to play these guys, you don't have to play them all those minutes. You could distribute it out throughout the quarters. The rookies, though, give those extra minutes you take away from the vets to the rookies. Daniel playing 14 minutes, asinine. And did you hear what Terrence Mann did? I said this on Bree's show. Terrence Mann took the rookies to a freaking aquarium on an off day. Take him to a gymnasium. Take him to do something fun at the very least to build a real bond. You have these kids watching pitch? What, because they can't drink yet? I couldn't. Like, we're not building a culture with these kids. We teach them how to be soft instead of being strong. And that's not the Brooklyn way whatsoever. So these vets are kind of overshadowing what is important developmental minutes right now because they got to play 30 minutes a night to make Jordy happy, which isn't working for the rookies.
Yeah, the most minutes he played, the two games that he did play around 30 minutes is the Cavs and the Pistons, which is understandable because those teams are, they have great centers and they, bang the boards.
Right.
So, I mean, they have a lot of height too, those teams. So, he needed them. That's pretty much what was the case. When he don't need them, as far as it seemed like he just give him 20 minutes on average. His shooting, and it just goes right to his career because his stats will be up to date. In 43 minutes per game, 43 games played, 20 minutes, points 8.3, field goal percentage 40, 3-point percentage 331, and free throws 74.2. He gets 4.7 rebounds. So he needs to get his 3-pointers, but he takes a lot. I would put him more towards the key. I mean, and let him drive a little bit.
No, I definitely agree. And even Danny Wolf, at the beginning when he got called up, he was shooting the three phenomenally. And I even said this, I think out of all the bigs we ever drafted, Danny Wolf might be one of our best bigs that can knock down threes. I mean, Claxton can't do it. Dayron does it once every 10, 20 games. I feel like with Wolf, he's shown he can hit those clutch threes every now and then, but he shouldn't rely upon it because he has an interior game. He may not be strong yet, per se.
I thought he was
but I see like a mini Sengun if he does get stronger in his game because he does attack the basket. His problem has been finishing at the rim has been a problem.
I thought he was more of a stretch big, though. I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, shooting 31% is not stretching. It's not stretching enough. It's
not perfect, but mid range, I'll take the 42%. Field free throws, that could definitely be better, but 77% is not horrible. I mean, Claxton is his free throws only got better this year after 6 years of hitting under 30% or something. So, I mean, I take some good with Wolf's done, but I do agree the output can be better. But at the end of the day, you got to play him at a position of strength. You can't just play him at different positions all the time.
Well, my whole thing is to just give him more minutes and see where he at. And then once we see where he is, because these numbers are saying something totally different than the way we feel. Because I feel he's a great shooter too. This number just don't seem right to me, 31.6%. That's my problem. Other than that, I mean,
I, they should play him at the 5. I just don't see him being a actual forward right now, just because of the body frame and the fact that you look at the Pistons, how like their centers. You got Duran, Juggernaut. You have Stewart, a meathead out there. And then you got Paul Reed, who's no slouch either. You look at our bigs, Claxton. He's not really physical like he used to be, and he's never really gotten stronger in most of his career. Dayron, he can hold the paint a little bit, but he's not a great defender whatsoever. And then Wolf, we know he's not a good defender, but he can run the offense from a 5 position, where I think that's his best position to be an impactful player. If you had a star power forward next to Wolf, imagine the lob threats he could do with that power forward. That's what, 6'10", 6'11", something like that, let's
yeah,
say. Like
yeah,
Wolf could be a combo threat with an actual power forward on his team if he had a good player to play with. He only plays off the bench right now with, who's our power forward off the bench? Zaire? I mean, they don't
yeah.
really have much power forwards off the bench.
No,
And
they don't.
Clowney's been a mixed bag this year. So getting a Boozer, let's say we traded Claxton this offseason, we did get Cam Boozer. Wolf and Boozer, I would like that pairing going to a starting lineup next year, because Wolf, he can facilitate, distribute, and Boozer is a tank in the interior, and Wolf can drive as well. So those two together, I think could play some bully ball. So that would be my way of looking at this. If the goal is to move off of Claxton in the summer and transition Wolf into potentially a starting 5, because Dayron, as good as his numbers have looked at points this season, Dayron is not a starting center. His weaknesses just, they don't add up to a starter, unfortunately. He's a great backup though, but I think this
Yeah,
would be Wolf's opportunity next year to earn a starting role potentially, because he's good at the 5. It's just Jordy wants to play positionless basketball so badly that you're ruining the kid's progression, having to do all these different positions.
right, right, right. I agree. I totally agree with that. That's what we need to look at. We need to know where we stand in this draft. And so far, according to Brooklyn Finest, Jay, 93% odds that we are picking top 6 as
Mm.
of today. Everybody is really counting on this draft, and I get it. I mean, talent is there. Talent is definitely there. I think when I said last year that talent was everywhere, I really believe this time talent is everywhere in this draft. There's much more talent in this draft than possible. And did you see BYU lose to UCF?
Yeah, that was a little shocking.
They try to put the clamps on homeboy, and the guy was much shorter than he is. I mean, they played some great ball. They shot well. That's what it was. When a team shoots well, it's a nightmare. The whole team was hitting threes. There was nothing they could do about that. I guess. But when you look at it, we have to look forward to the draft. And I'm still surprised people are talking about Cam Thomas. I'm trying to let it go, guys. I'm
Smart man.
trying to let it go. I have no choice. I mean, we don't want to keep talking about Cam Thomas, do we?
No, and that's why this
Yeah.
draft is so key, because you want to aim as high as possible. And I think what people got to realize, even if there's a chance that this ends in heartbreak for the Nets, the best thing you can do is guarantee yourself no less than top 6 if you have the second worst record. If we do surpass the Pacers by the end of this weekend, by the end of the season, we are locked in top 6. We have a 4 and 6 chance of getting a top 4 guy. And let's remember, the Clippers, the Pacers pick that it's currently in a bind between them and the Clippers. If the Clippers get it 5 through 9, let's say they get it at 6, the Clippers do, the Pacers would get knocked out of the top 4 automatically, which means the Nets, if they were locked in the second worst record, your chances of getting a top 2 or top 3 go up dramatically. So for the Nets, if we do end the season with the second worst record, you have a 4 and 6 chance of getting a top 4 guy. And yes, you could end in heartbreak with the 6th pick, but you have to remember the Clippers have a shot to get the Pacers pick. So again, it's a gamble for sure, because a lot of teams that have tanked a lot, they've gotten their pick dropped a lot. But for us in this situation, you got to guarantee yourself the best odds you can get and hope luck is on your side. At least being in top 6, we know we're going to be in top 6. Not that, the NBA is going to throw us at 8 or 9 because we're in the middle. Like, no, if we're locked in a certain part of the bracket, you get no less than 6. At this point, we're no less than 7, which could be very interesting or very bad. But I would feel a lot more certain about us being top six with the second worst record at this point. At least you have a
Yeah,
4-6 shot. And if the Clippers take the Pacers pick, you have a huge chance of
that's
getting in that
right.
top four. So I think the odds could maybe surprisingly work in our favor just because that Pacers pick is now in limbo right now.
Yeah, yeah, that Pacers pick is in limbo. I mean, I'm surprised that the Pelicans are winning. They actually winning games. I'm so
It
surprised.
took
But
us
then
2 or 3 years. It took us 2 or 3 years.
I still said that we should have took Queen. But that's just me. I still say we should have took him.
They're starting DeAndre Jordan though over Queen right now, which I'm
Yeah, well, he
glad
needs.
about.
I mean, it's hard to be a center in the league, man. It really is. That's a difficult position to be. That and point guard. I think those are the two most difficult positions in the league. Wing is nothing.
Wings are equalizers though. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
thing.
mean, but to be a center in the NBA, that's a tough position. We got Leaf in the
Right.
house. What's up, Leaf?
What's going on, man? I thought I was gonna do the game, but I had some extra work to do, bro. Like just moving around and shit, man. And I had some shit on the computer I had to do, bro, with this with my notary with my online shit. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I would have to agree. The center position is probably the most difficult to navigate, especially when you don't have the offense to
Right.
basically
It's
like
tough.
subsidize, so like to basically counter to basically use as a counter reaction to what other officers are doing. I think I think Wimby has all of the necessary tools. The problem is that Wimby's gonna like he's gonna need to have a lot of what's going on around him work as well. You know what I'm saying? The same thing Joker needed around him to work. Joker needs a lot of things around him to work. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
Joker, I listen to no point in nobody's own. Joker had a 5 year run where he was basically on any given night 30, 15, and 15. But
Yeah.
until Jamal Murray stepped up
Right.
his game, until
Which I think
until
is the
until
second hardest
MPJ,
position.
until MPJ, until Aaron Gordon stepped up their game, they didn't.
Yeah.
He's not a champion today. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
He might have not been MVP neither.
well, I
Well,
think I
you
think
you could.
MVP is a
Yeah.
little bit different
I take that
because
back. I
yeah,
take that back. Yeah, I
I
take
think
that back.
MVP is a little bit different because if you
Yeah,
look
that's
at
an individual thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
look at the races that he was in, it really
yeah.
came down to him and in the last
Giannis.
5 years, it came down to him and maybe one or two other players, which was Joel
Right,
Embiid
and Joel Embiid too.
and
Yeah,
SGA who won it last year. But
yeah.
the reality about the center position is that when you think of all of the jobs that you have to maintain, like with with being able to screen navigate, being able to hold your own on switches, being like when you're basically the guy that's supposed to clean up the paint normally and basically manage the paint and do a lot of things in the paint. I think what happens is the mold of the center position started to change once they seen Joker go on the run that he went on with all of these MVPs and eventually becoming a champion. I think they basically figured they would be closer to getting a version of Joker faster than they would get a version of Wimby. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not too many 7'5" dudes running
Sure
around.
enough, ain't. That's
It's
for
it's not
sure.
Doing it
even
like
about it's not about the rare echelon leaf. It's like you look at our center position. We have no centers that can set screens for any of our players. When was the last time we have set a proper screen where a guy actually got off a great shot? Like it's literally by committee. When if you had a natural big on this team for rebuild that actually set screens, it would actually help I think get these young guys' confidence up way more because they're trying to self create when they don't even
right.
have good chances to do so. Like we need a big eventually. Like Claxton, Dayron, that's not the answer. Like, look what Namas Quetzas is doing for Boston. Kid wasn't great a few years ago, but he's doing a solid job defensively that Claxton showed spurts of a few years ago with the big three. Like we need a center that is defensive minded, that does the lob threats, but can also set a proper damn screen. We don't
Yeah,
have that
right.
right now.
Well, what I will say is this, bro. Like, I mean, listen, I feel it. I feel as though at the center position, bro, like something in your game has to be effective to the point where it's going to be able to change the tide over any given game. And right now, being solely just a defensive a guy or basically a weak side help shot blocker, unless you're Wimby, bro, it doesn't really matter. If you're not defensively sound on the defensive end, then you basically better be Joker. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like it's basically somewhat goes hand in hand. I like what Jalen Duren is doing.
Yeah,
A
he's
perfect
playing.
example is Jalen Duren. I like what Jalen Duren is doing.
He's unstoppable, man.
I
He's
think I
really
think
good.
he is I think he is a man amongst boys, but
Boys, yeah.
I think that
That dude is like Shaquille O'Neal in this century right now. Like that's how bad
I
he
wouldn't
is.
go as far as saying that, but I
No,
mean
not like what he was, but something that's
I
close
know
to
what you
it.
mean. The way he
Yeah,
play.
I would say
yeah.
he would probably be closer to Dwight on Orlando.
Oh, okay.
If
Okay, that's not
anything,
bad.
like he would be closer to Dwight on Orlando. The problem is in this era, I think that with the way that they switch in the NBA, bro, I think everything around the Pistons is gonna have to revolve around self creation outside of when Cade doesn't have the basketball and what they can do from the perimeter against other teams because I don't think they're gonna be able to just live in the open court and live off of just runs and stops, just running the floor and layups and dunks and stops when the game starts to slow down. I think the Pistons what they have on their side is physicality, but teams we saw the other night that San Antonio they have what it takes to counteract that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you have to have somewhat of an advantage in terms of what you can do as at the center position as in term and it can't be a disadvantage or a liability for your team.
Yeah,
You get
I
what I'm
know.
saying? Like I
Yeah,
think like the and I hate to just continue to just bang the hammer at the door, but the one thing people got to understand about Zach Edey, bro, like is that you don't have to just go to the numbers in terms of what Memphis has done with him on the court. You can go, you could just look at the tape itself. Like when he set screens, bro, he's setting separation, bro, like as a screen setter that Ja Morant probably hasn't even seen before.
yeah. He's wide. He when he
Yeah,
come
like
around that
when
screen.
he sets a screen, like
Yeah,
nobody's challenging him at the
yeah,
basket in terms of going over the top and like, all right, yo, I gotta holler. Nobody's doing that. The reason,
yeah.
and he's a lot more mobile away from the basket defensively than a lot of people think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you would just have to watch. The thing is that it's really only good for like 28, 29 minutes because basically of his weight. And it's kind of the same thing with Zion. They play him with 28, 29 minutes and he looks
Per game.
phenomenal. But if you play him over that, then you looking then you basically risking, you know, basically his health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his
Because they
health.
really not built to do that. But for 28, 29 minutes a game, those guys could show you how physically imposing that they can be. I think Jalen Duren, the problem that he's gonna have is basically when the whistle starts to when the referees start to officiate different, and when the physicality is being taken away from him and it's being used against him. You know what I'm saying? So like realistically at the center position, bro, I think it's more of an offensive thing. I think the mold right now is Joker because they can't find too many Wimbies.
Right, but you know what's so good about Detroit? Isaiah Stewart, man. I know that guy is a physical wreck in some instances, but he's been really good this year, and they didn't have him in the playoffs last year. And then you got Paul Reed, a guy who he makes the most out of his minutes. That guy made the Knicks look awful. Like they have three solid centers on their team
Right.
right now, and I do agree that the outside scoring outside of Cade is an issue. That's where guys like Tobias, who I called out, said he hasn't stepped to the playoffs. This has to be his make or break moment. You also have to see what some of the other guys could bring. I heard Chris Middleton might be on the buyout market soon, and Detroit might want to sign him. That would be a good, savvy veteran pickup for Detroit if they did so, because they do need more scoring. You can never have enough scoring in the playoffs. So I think they're in a good spot right now. I think
I
the James Harden thumb injury, though, again, any type of injury happens to James, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But if James is not 100% going to those playoffs, Cavs, as much as they look really strong right now, they're going to crumble because
I
that whole thing is built now around James to be a facilitator.
I think what the Pistons missed out on, and I'm gonna get to the Cavs in a minute. I think what the Pistons missed out on, during the years when they were still drafting top five, they missed out on a core shooter. I think they
Mm,
got a core defender. I think they got core defenders. They got a core big. They got they core guy in Cade. They numero uno, but what they missed out on was a core shooter. Now, when I say core shooter, I don't mean like a role shooter. There's a difference between a role shooter and a core shooter. Core shooter would be Warriors Clay Thompson. Core shooter would be what Con Canepa is to the Hornets.
Right.
That's a core shooter, bro. Like that.
right.
That's a guy that's like, okay, we ain't got to run nothing for you, but when you get the ball, basically you got the same green light as the number one option because we know you capable of hitting a shot at any given time. And if you go back and look at the Clay Thompson years when they started winning in Golden State, a lot of times he was able to take shots that Steph would take. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when the offense wasn't really getting nothing, like when we rolling and we getting the fast breaks going, and the first person they was looking for out on the fast break 9 times out of 10 was Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the same thing with the Hornets. The first person he's looking for is Con Canepa because you know Con Canepa, who was only 19, 20 years old, and shooting 43% from the three in his first year. This might be the greatest shooting start in NBA history.
Yeah, he's on fire starting
He
coming
he
out
is
the block.
literally he is literally. I don't like. I'll be honest with you, bro. Like I think. Do I think it would have worked out with our team? Maybe, maybe not. But
Maybe,
like,
maybe.
Nah, we didn't have the balanced pieces. They have Miller. They have even Lamelo, who's been mixed
Yes,
bag, has been
that's
good. They
true.
have a
That is
lot
true,
more of
John.
young talent that work together. Our problem is we only have MPJ, who has the most experience out of most of the guys on our team. We have no offensive balance. We have no real center. We have no real powerful.
Yeah.
We have a lot of misses right now in different areas that honestly should have been addressed in a draft where you had 5 first-round picks. And our GM thinks drafting 3 point guards was a solution. You had Hugo Gonzalez right there, Reynard, Corkburn right there, and Sharaf is the guy you want to throw a dart at? That was an embarrassing move because that dude's in G League right now, and these other dudes are playing rotational minutes right now and
right,
playing in playoff situations.
right.
Like Sean Marks needs to go, man. I can't be more infuriated by just how bad he's been in 10 years. That was a failure, a joke of a mistake right there. 10 years, you're GM, and that's who you land on when you could have added a solid forward or a solid wing or a solid center, and you're like, I need another point guard. Stop.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree,
And I
John.
think, bro, like just verbatim. If I draft board reads Con Canepa and Nolan Trayor, bro, I think you basically got your wing and your guard right there. And that's in my personal opinion, man. If
Yeah, no, no, it's
how
fair.
the rest of the draft board goes, bro, like I'm like it goes how it's gonna go. But like I think you got your wing shooter and your guard right there. So I mean the only reason why I believe that we picked Yegor is because we panicked, bro, when Fierce went to New Orleans.
Which I disagree, but I mean, I
I
understand
think I
though.
think Yegor was a panic move, bro, because
I thought he wasn't. He wouldn't have
Yegor,
picked.
if at best, Yegor was supposed to go maybe from between 15 and
And
19,
we
and we all
and,
know it.
and we talked
That's where it
about
was
it. We
projected at.
talked
That's where
about
it
it.
was projected
We
at.
That's
talked
where he
about
was.
he should
That's
have
where he
been.
was projected
He
at.
should have been in the later rounds. He should have
Yeah,
been later
but
in the
because
first.
The problem with
the
Yegor is
role that
what
you're giving him right now is basically the role of a Con Canepa and a role of a Trey Johnson, and you was telling him to work on shooting, work on shooting. The thing about having a core shooter, bro, is that you have to come in with the ID of a shooter already. If they gotta put you if immediately they telling you once you get out of college you got to work on your shooting, bro, then you're not a core shooter and you never will be. They didn't have to tell Conkanepo to work on his shooting; he was already there. They didn't have to tell Trey Johnson to work on his shooting; he was
Yeah, that's
already
what I
there.
got. Yeah, they
So
already
so
had that
like they didn't
bag.
have to tell Klay Thompson to work on his shooting; he was already there. They didn't have to tell Steph to work on his shooting; he was already there. Like these is dudes that are there coming into the draft. So
Yeah,
the thing is, I think that the Pistons missed out on a core shooter. They got their defender in the SAR. They got Cade playing defense, which I think is great. They
yeah,
got they physical guys with Stewart and Dern. And Holland is another guy they top five. He came off the bench and they traded Ivy, who they got top five.
right.
So realistically, like the only thing that they're really missing is a core shooter. If they get that core shooter, bro, like that shooter that's like, okay, this quarter you got the green light, bro. I don't give a shit where you shooting from because we know you gonna make it.
Yeah, right. You're gonna
They
put up
they definitely could
numbers.
use another guy off the bench with the bio market, and that's what March 1st. So that's coming up very soon. So if there's any team that could add more scoring, it's the Pistons. And just get back to Yegor for a second. I talked this on Breezy's show. They have to define a role for Yegor because we all thought point guards what they could let him work on. We've seen him work on his scoring. He was on a great roll breaking records months ago, but now it's like challenge him a bit more. Challenge with dribble. He's shown he could dribble and make interior plays once or twice in a while, but let him do more consistently. Making Yegor a scoring guard will be a horrible waste of a lottery pick because having a 6'8", 6'9" guy just be a guy that shoots threes, it's not all that impressive right now, especially when he has the potential to dribble, the potential to be a layup threat. Like, he just needs to get stronger, which that
Wow.
comes with time and gaining muscles. But the problem is you can't go into next year saying Yegor's a positionless basketball player. That's not going to work. You have to define some type of role, whether it's a one, a two, or a three. And if MPJ, who just said on an interview that, oh, this team has a plan for the next 3 to 5 years, I'm going to be a part of it. If he's not going anywhere, Jaeger's only options are to eventually become a point guard, or if Nolan takes it, he's stuck at the two. But I think he's going to regress if they don't let him work on his game.
I think
So he needs to
what I
figure a
think
role
Let me
out
is
see.
this summer.
listen. If what I think, there's no way we're keeping the same roster for the next 5 years.
No,
MPJ
no way, no way.
We should not keep
MPJ only
MPJ
said
that
that.
long. We should not keep him that long.
MPJ only said that for two reasons. One, to remain positive, and
Eh,
not say anything degrading in the media, because him and Cam Johnson, like they have a certain level of professionalism since they did that podcast, and since MPJ came here and he was doing a whole bunch of silly shit, bro. Like, and he changed them. He changed a whole great deal in terms of professionalism. So I give him that. But there's no way that this roster is going to remain the same for the next 5 years, bro. I
It
highly
can't.
doubt that.
It can't. It can't.
No.
No, it's not.
And
It's not.
now in terms of Yegor, I just think that right now, like the thing is, the our development is so ass backwards.
Exactly.
We're trying to get guys to work on things that they're not good at, knowing that we're gonna lose, and
Right.
we're bringing that, and I understand that, and for the tanking reasons, I get it. But at the same time, you can't allow yourself to be funneled in that, because it's basically like putting shackles. Like, tell me you putting shackles on your rookies without telling me you putting shackles on your rookies. You know what I'm saying? So
It's
because
pathetic.
like the thing is, if Danny Wolf is showing you the best PRA, if he's showing you the best PRA, a type of setting out of all of the rookies, and you got him standing out on the wing, and you don't have him in any type of action, then that's a cause for concern. That means, bro, like I think the rookies are fine. I just think it's the coaching. I just think
And
this where
I'm
they
glad
put at.
I'm glad you brought that up because given how bad Jordy's system's been, and we noticed how the rookies could be in better positions, I think they're fine, but they could be even better. But you saw the end of the last game. This guy's keeling over the announce table trying not to smash his head, but it's like, Jordy, this is your system. You want Danny Wolf to be a 2 to 4. You want Yeager to be a shooting guard. You want Nolan to run point every now and then, but it's like, that's your system. If you're upset about it, change something about it. Not just give us rookies the bad body language that you're disappointed we're not executing everything you're asking. We're doing exactly what you want us to do, which is like Leaf said, be in shackles, have limited games. It's his
Right.
fault. He's got to do something about it. He's got to
Right.
stop with it. If he didn't want it, if he didn't sign up to be a rebuilding coach to do this the right way and thought he was going to be some magical Greg Popovich, let's make this team a playing team, this is not what we signed up for with him. So either
Well,
he gets it through his head this summer, he has to be a little more patient, or else he can go. We have no
I, th-
problem
I
finding
think
new
I think
coaches
I
at this
think this is
point.
the draft. If we don't get Caleb Wilson, who I think is the best two-way player in the draft, which I don't think we will because the NBA basically said f all the teams at the bottom, bro. Like with these new rules that they got set next season that they're not gonna hold forth through. How I know because they're liars.
Yep.
What we need to do is look for a core wing shooter. That's what we need to do because I think in terms of guard play, bro, somebody on this team is gonna be the lead guard. Somebody is going to be the lead ball handler on this team out of these rookies. Somebody is.
Right
I
now
don't
it's
know who,
Nolan
but
unless
somebody
Yegor
is.
does something.
No, no. Well, I think Nolan seems Nolan's shot profile is reading. And people gonna argue with me with this, but because of Nolan's shot profile, he's most likely gonna be a bench guard, bro. Once we start winning.
No, I don't disagree with you on that because I even said he could be a good six man for us, and he needs an outside shot badly. The layup
Yes.
package will only get him so far. So, Leaf, I agree with you. He needs to
Right.
figure out an outside shot, or he won't start. So that's definitely
Exactly.
up for debate this summer. I agree. Go on, please.
Exactly, and which leads me back to Danny Wolf because I think Danny Wolf has the most elite advantage. They to me as a PRA player on all three levels, bro. Offensively as a scorer and as a playmaker, bro. Like you gotta allow him to do him. You gotta allow him to be that. You know, like, if you want to put him at the four, that's fine. But the way that you build the rest of your team, you basically get all your muscle basically do trades and do free agency.
Right.
You get your wings through the draft. You get your if you could get a Caleb Wilson, get him through the draft. If you could get a wing shooter, a money wing shooter, get him through the draft. But if you want to get the rest of your muscle, like in the front court, you got to get that. That's in the league already. You got to go find that for. You got to go trade. You got to go trade for that. It's real simple. Keep the ball handlers. Tell them they got the ball in their hands, man. Like, listen, if they don't move the ball around, y'all want to play a space and pace game, that's fine. Do it with Danny Wolf. Yegor, if you want to keep Yegor as a connector, as a connecting shooter, as a connecting playmaker, that's fine. But tell him that he need to either swallow. Tell him that he need to start eating some steak, like heavy. I need 20 ounces, bro, a week. Tell him that he need to start eating some steak, bro. Like put the barbecue sauce on it if you need to, and tell Danny Wolf that the ball is in his hands. Tell Claxton Dayron, like I appreciate what y'all done, but y'all niggas ain't strong enough. Hey, yo, we need some more muscle, and then
Leaf.
go out and go get your muscle.
Leave. We talked about it to start Scott Show. I even said with Wolf, like you're playing him at the 4, the 3, and I can't believe I'm saying. See, playing him at the 2 at parts of the season. It's like, why are you putting this guy at weak positions where the offense is going to trample him? You have small guards that can run circles around Wolf. You have power forwards like Paulo who could just, a ballerina their way against him. It's like you're putting this kid in a position of weakness where if you put him at the 5, he can run offense, find players for the 3-point shots because Jordy loves 3 so bad. Wolf has been one of our best guys to do it, and Wolf has shown when he could lead a unit. The basketball we play actually looks really competent out there, but you just
Exactly.
turn Wolf
But Danny
but you
hasn't
just
shown. Danny hasn't shown shot blocking skill.
he's not the strongest
Danny has shown shot
defensively.
blocking skills, bro.
You
Like the
think he
thing
can
is,
play the 5?
no,
He
it's
should get
not. I
burned
think
at
he
it.
could definitely play the 4 right now. But if you looking for more muscle, bro, then you got to put a screen. Then you got to put a heavy screen and roll guy around him because he
Yeah,
knows how
that's
to
true.
work with that. Like
Yeah, yeah,
him and Kalkbrenner, bro,
that's true.
yeah, him and the dude at Michigan when he was running PR, he was running P and
Pick
R.
and roll with the center. Yeah.
Yeah, he was running pick and roll with the center, and they was running quick pick and roll because he would flash off a screen, come around another screen, and then find him for an easy dunk in a dunk box or a layup.
Yep.
So realistically, bro, like if you're gonna go with that, go with that. But the way that he would can initiate the offense, what the
Yeah.
thing is,
Right.
it has the way when the ball was in his hand, and we
Yeah.
seen how he can initiate the offense, bro. Like it looked like some damn good basketball.
It
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That was Bucks and Utah. Those games. Look back at
Yes,
the
yeah.
highlights.
Yeah.
That's
So
It
when he
so
did.
was
It
the
did
shining.
look
thing the
good.
thing
It
about
did look good.
Nolan basically, because of his lack of shooting off the dribble and his lack of outside shooting in between the money areas, in between the one dribble pull up areas, and in those areas, bro. Like you need him to come off the bench because the bench is not going to be ready for him. No benches in
No,
the
that's
league is
true.
not going to
That's
be ready
true.
for his
That's
speed.
true.
You know what I'm saying? But if you got an elite speedster like that coming off the bench, then you build the bench with a unit and tell them, yo, I just need y'all to run.
Yeah.
If
Don't run
that's the
like y'all,
case, if
y'all gonna run plays, but I just need y'all to run. I need y'all to
if
get up and down the
if
court. Building
if
this fucking team is easy.
if
Yeah.
Nolan does become the sixth, then in my mind, let's say we do get Cam Boozer to be the starting four, then Yegor and Powell has to be my backcourt going into next year. Yegor, you have to be the point guard, and Powell, you've shown us
He's
some
showing
good
some
things
good things.
defensively, but offensively, we got to see what you're good at a lot more consistently. But I think Yegor and Powell, that's a fun yin and yang combination. Yegor's offense and Powell's defense. I want to see more of that combination, but Jordy unfortunately benched Powell, and Powell hasn't been able to really get any consistent run as a starter, which was another Jordy error. We'll save for another time. But if Nolan is the sixth man going to next year, Yegor and Powell has to be my backcourt, especially if we draft, let's say, a Boozer in this draft per se, or Wilson. That would be my layout then at that point, which I think could be fun. But Jordy
I'm
has to
cool.
trust these guys.
I'm cool. Listen, the reason why I'm more cool with drafting Wilson is because of his two way prowess is very elite out of all the prospects in the
Mm-hmm.
draft. That's
Mm.
number one. Number two, bro, I think he has most of the winning intangibles, bro, that you just can't teach. You know what I'm saying? Like in
Yeah.
turn,
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's gonna do a lot of things to win basketball games for you.
He's
You
very
know what I'm
good
saying? Like
defensively. He might be the
I
best
think
defensive guy in the draft.
yeah,
He really
I
could.
think that defensively, bro, like I think he's gonna be all over the place and he's gonna be ready to take on the Manos, bro. Like, but like I feel like we would play him at the three in his rookie year and then let him grow into a four.
The three. So wait, so
Yeah,
Noah will be the four next to him? We would be a
no,
big.
no. The reason why I feel like he's gonna start his career as a three, the same reason why kind of like Giannis started his career as a wing. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have he didn't have the weight room muscle to deal with the force. You know what I'm just
No,
yet. Like
I agree.
Giannis,
I agree. I agree with you though.
When Giannis builded his body up, bro, like and he got that 50 pounds of muscle, then that's when he was at the four and he was imposing his will. I see the same thing for Caleb. It's just different because Caleb is gonna be a more up and down the court type of player on both ends, kind of like Giannis was, but it's just gonna be a little bit more spaced out because he can shoot if he continues to work on his shooting and work on his free throws, bro. Because I did see him on training with Lethal Shooter, bro. Like if anybody
It,
could get you to shoot, it's Lethal Shooter. So the reality, I think that's more of a mold that I look for. I'm okay with getting my muscle do trade or do free agency, bro. Like listen, draft your wing, draft your wing, your all around wing or your wing shooter. Put the ball in your drafted guard's hands. Either like most likely Danny Wolf. Have Yegor still be a connector, but just run him in sets. Put him in action. Put Danny Wolf in action.
I tell you
Tell
this.
them that you have to put them in action. You can't have them stand on the wing. You got to put them in action, not just as the ball handler, but them off the ball. Put them in action.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you this, Caleb Wilson and Danny Wolf would be a great 4 or 5 combination. But just because Wilson is such a athletic big, imagine the lob threats Wolf can give him from like a corner distance. That would be some magic right there. And then Drake Powell and Caleb Wilson in your starting rotation as defenders, that will be a sick combination in your
Right.
backcourt and front court. Like that would be
The
good.
only thing about Caleb Wilson that I worried about it just in terms of right now is the fact that if once we get him, we committed to him being our all purpose guy. Kind of like a
Right.
AK-40, kind of like a AK-47. Like just do a little bit of everything. We need you to rebound when we need you to rebound. We need you to
Right.
block shots, pick up defenders when we need you to pick up defenders. You most likely gonna get most of your points on runouts and lobs and just free buckets. Just breakaways, man. Like we ain't gonna run too much shit for him. Danny Wolf, we're gonna put him and Danny Wolf in a lot of sets, a lot of off ball action. Um, have Yegor basically be the kind of have Yegor basically be the connector, because I think Yegor could still be a good connector. He just got to get accustomed to NBA contact. I think you got to get Danny Wolf, and the thing is, I think Danny Wolf is already accustomed to NBA contact already. The problem is you got to get Yegor accustomed to it.
Right, right, right.
They all got to get accustomed to, and that's where George just got to talk to him behind the scenes. Say, listen, guys, I'm gonna have some barometers in these games. Jaeger, I need you to be more on the interior. Wolf, I want you to drive more. Like you got to tell these guys to do it. But if they're not doing it, and you're telling them to, then maybe you got to bench them or something like that, because they should be taking those little big steps now towards the end of the season, because at least you want to end on a high note in your first year. And I think each of the rookies besides Seraph has shown us something really good. It's just these final 10, 15, 20 games, I want to see the rookies have those moments where, okay, I have something I can really work
I
at
see what
this
you
summer and something I've figured out.
I see
But
what you
if
mean.
you're going to keep running all these vets with them, I don't think we're going to see the
I
rookies
see what
getting
you mean.
better. And now Terrence Mann is getting another recognition for a meaningless 17-point effort. Like, I can't. Like, let this be about the rookies. These vets are ruining their progress right now because Jordy doesn't trust them. That's going to be a huge thing that we have to fix right now, because these rookies can't progress if they're doing exactly what
Um,
Jordan says and they're not getting better because of it.
well, the thing about the vets is we only really talking about three vets, and we talk about Claxton, who hasn't really been playing that much since the break. MPJ
So
and
they played
Terrence
all.
Mann. Yeah, yeah, he did play last game, but realistically, Terrence Mann even though he is occupying, I don't really think he's occupying too much of a spot. He occupying a spot that Drake Powell is afraid to just snatch, and I think it's more that needs to be said about him. I think Drake Powell, like I think he has, it's a point in the season where you got to know that, okay, bro, it's time for you to force the issue. It's time for you to take that spot that
He has to.
Terrence
I
that
agree.
Terrence that Ter- Terrence Mann is occupying, because Terrence Mann is not going to get out of that spot unless you definitively take it.
Yeah, you got to take it.
Yeah.
He has to
No,
It's
he
take
it's,
it.
it's for
should.
the it's for
He
the taking.
should.
It's not like and I don't
So
think
it's not
Terrence
like
Mann
right.
and I don't think Terrence Mann is out there just
To
like, yo,
stop
I
him.
need to be. I don't think he's selfish in the point of like, all right, yo,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
spot is
yeah.
mine and I need to get paid. Like he probably listen. At
I
most,
agree.
he know he probably gonna get another $9 million contract at best. He
It,
getting
it ain't
15
from,
mil.
it ain't from us, man. Like this dude said, I'm trying to lead these rookies. Taking the kids to an aquarium is not leading by example. Drake Powell, you should be pissed at him. You should say, yo, Terrence, you think I'm a kid? I'm about to show you what I am as a man and cook on the court. That should light a fire into Powell's ass. Like a vet's treating these guys like kids taken to a freaking aquarium on an off
This
day
this is
instead of
this is
helping them
this
work on
is
their
this is why
games.
Drake Powell is the black dude in the horror movie to me.
Oh
That's
man,
why
I
that's why I
can't with
keep saying it.
that.
Everybody keep getting mad when I say it, bro. Like, yo, that's what you acting like. You acting like the token black kid in the horror movie. Like you gonna get killed, bro, because you wanna do what the happy people do. I don't need you to be happy right now. Listen, I don't need you to be
I
excited to be
can't.
here right now. I don't need you to be all smiles and Hallmark cards, man. Listen, you gotta.
Oh my god.
We understand, bro. You smile for the pitches and you happy to be in the league. A lot of people happy to be in the league, but
You, you
being
got to
in
get
the
busy.
league,
You got to get
being in the
busy.
league means that you have a job. That means
Better
that you
hold it.
now have an occupation. You are on the payroll. It's time to live up to why you are in the league. You made
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. But now
yeah.
it's time. But now it's time to go take that spot. Terrence Mann is only making $15 million. We could trade him. Him and Claxton right now can go for Zion. Straight up, they can go. You know what
Without
I'm
any
saying?
picks, I'm definitely considering that now. I was against it, but without any picks, I mean, you kind of don't lose a whole lot with that in that case.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start
Yeah.
somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
So the reality is, like, you could trade them to get Claxton and get whatchamacallit off the books, have Zion and still have 40 million in cap space coming into next year. You have him, you have MPJ. MPJ probably gonna get less money because we doubt he gonna be averaging 26 and 8 again. Maybe he will. Now you got your power play in Zion, bro, and now all you got to do is just get your big, draft your wing, get your big, do trade or get your big, do goddamn free agency, and your team is okay.
Yeah, it's a
They're gonna have
start.
to
That's it.
do it. They're gonna have to
It's
do
a
a trade because
and
free
it's a
agency
decent
is not
start at
good
that.
right now.
It's a very decent start, bro. Like
It's a decent start.
because the thing is Zion is not gonna command 20 over 29 minutes a game.
Right, right. He's not
And
gonna hog up.
you still got power forwards to play off the bench. You still got Clowney who ain't gonna get shit. You still got Danny Wolf, bro, like that you could play with, bro. Like so, like my thing is that yo, put your name in the pot already, bro.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for the rookies to actually show, man. For real.
Right. They got
It's
to.
time. They got to show some skill
They
set.
they going to show they going to show for two reasons, bro. One, because March is March and it's March Madness, bro. Like all the rookies show like all the rookies show out every single year during the month of March because ain't nobody really
Not our
paying attention.
rookies.
Everybody, well, March
Usually.
ain't here yet. That's number one, and it's Women's History Month, bro. Like coming up, so Black History Month almost over, man. So like, all right, cool, whatever. So expect one of these rookies to show. They tried to show me that bullshit demographic of Nolan Trayor's stats since Cam Thomas left. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like
don't even make sense.
People
it's
are
cool.
really
It's
obsessed over
cool, but
that,
that shit
man.
ain't moving me.
They got to move on with this Cam stuff. I can't. It's too much.
That shit ain't moving me, bro. Like, listen, Cam Thomas moved on. We need to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
I agree. You
And,
got to
and
move
the thing
on. You
is,
got to
we
move
we
on.
moved on last summer. Some of us were already dead set. We knew this was going to happen. So some of us moved on like a year ago at this point.
Yeah, if it's going to bite us in the ass, it's going to bite us in the ass. That's all.
basically that's
That's
basically
it.
what it is. But
That's it.
the thing is, ain't no sense of crying over no goddamn spilled milk. You go find a
Yeah.
paper towel and clean that shit up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's all the shit is, bro. Like, listen, if you want to get listen, it's no sense of trying to get everything to free agency. There's no such thing as free agency no more, bro. Like this
Right. It's
pre-agency.
trademark. It's pre-agency. That's a new term that was brought up by Brian Windhorst. So yeah, like if we're gonna make any big move, it has to be one big trade this summer that doesn't make us give up everything, but it makes us stronger going
Yes.
forward. We have to go for somebody. If we get Zion without giving up any picks, that's actually a strategic move. It's just Zion going to take it upon himself to be mentally locked in and just stay healthy. But that would be a cheap move that doesn't hurt us. And then the Giannis stuff, we still got to see what happens there because everybody's going to want him that has picks. And there's only select few
Well,
teams.
the thing about the thing about Giannis is Giannis is gonna be on the same timing as like basically as the last two teams that got Kevin Durant. You got to move a lot of things aside and you got to
Right.
build around them because they're going to be the guys and they're going to command a lot of attention and you're going to be in win now mode. It's one of the reasons why the Houston Rockets is in shambles now because had they continued on with the team that they had from last year, they would have still been building. They would have still been improving. They would have still been
They look really bad right now,
not
Reese.
been pressured to succeed. Pressure to
They-
succeed, bro. Like Amen Thompson is not a point guard. He's a wing initiator, bro. And we got to stop fooling ourselves to thinking that he's about to be the next Penny Hardaway when he's not.
Their roster is definitely not as what it should be. Like I saw them choke against the Knicks. That was so disappointing. How do you cook that team for 3 quarters and you can't make a shot for like 10 minutes? That was horrible. Like Kevin Durant kind of destroyed that team because they're trying to build it around him when he's not that focal point anymore. He's like a third option now on a good team. He can't be the one because look how it is. Like nobody else is self-creating outside of him. Like Amin and Sengun, like they were good this year. Now they're in a lull. Both of them kind of, which isn't good either.
Wow, it's terrible over there. I ain't gonna lie.
It is terrible over there, and I had Sangoon to have a real good
Me
season
too.
this year,
Me
and
too.
I think that part of their identity started to leave them during the injury. Steven Adams and we like
Huge loss. That was a huge loss, man.
Steven Adams and Fred Van Vliet, bro, like I think
Big
was huge
losses.
losses for them because they were the guys that were consummate veterans that understood how they needed to play, as opposed from
Right.
having Kevin Durant. There's a difference between having veterans and having dudes that's been in the league a long time and
Well, I
still
thought
trying to be the guys, bro.
I
Like,
thought they look. I thought they it started when they lost their superstar Green.
I don't
No,
think
Green
Green. I
wasn't
don't
good
know. I
offensively
don't.
for them when it
That's
mattered
when
most.
that's when the downfall started.
I don't
Though.
even think. If you, I don't even think Green was their superstar, bro. Like Green just so happened to lead the team in scoring, well, with 21 a game, but
Yeah.
he wasn't a superstar, bro. Like the star, the head honcho of that team is supposed to be Sangoon. The glue of that team was last year was Steven Adams, Fred Van Vliet, and Dylan Brooks, who was murdering in the
Right.
goddamn Phoenix.
Right. And who they got subbing in for him now? Dorian
Well,
Finney-Smith. And Doe has kind of really lost his stock since what he did with Dallas, man. Like, woo. How's it feel being with the Big Brother Rockets, though, since you want to be away from us so badly? Yeah. Come on. He
Listen,
hasn't
man,
been good either.
ain't nobody worried about Dodo, bro. Like, come on, bro.
But yeah, they
Re- re-
lost a lot of steps, and I think that team could break things up again next 2 3 years if KD asks out again because they don't have a number one guy after that. Amon Thompson is a good player, but he's not number one. And same with Sengun. I think Sengun is a number two at best. So if this all blows up in their faces, I don't know how they can move forward. They're gonna have to go after some big free agent maybe or trade for somebody, and they don't have a lot of cap space right now to get anybody. So yeah, they're in a bind.
yeah. Should have picked up Cam Thomas.
I told him to. I told him to, Scott. I said, hey, KD. I said to Kevin Durant on Twitter, you want him? Go get him. And he didn't respond to me, but that's his problem. Like, now he's stuck with that team.
Should have picked up Cam Thomas. He probably would have worked well with KD.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Houston's development, bro. Like, they really didn't believe that it was moving fast enough. So they went for the hurry up plan and grabbed Kevin Durant, which I thought was kind of foolish because the thing is, you grabbing Kevin Durant in his late 30s and telling him to still be the number one. KD ain't ready for that. KD the type of nigga, bro. He like if you on Call of Duty and you getting a bunch of kills, bro. KD is the support. That's what he is.
Mm.
That's what he is, bro. Like KD is this. KD is the he's the one that follow you and you know what the kill. You know what all the kills is, and then he'll mess around and steal it if you just so happen to get caught lacking. That's who
Did you see
Kevin
his,
Durant is.
did you see his burner account stuff? Going after your own teammates during the middle of the season? Not
I'm
good,
not
KD.
gonna lie to you, bro. That
That
Houston
ain't good.
locker room is in shambles because of that shit.
That ain't good, man.
I
And
ain't
Kevin
gonna lie,
Durant's done
bro.
this.
Like
He's
he
talked
might be looking
about
for his
people.
next team, bro. Like
I think he is.
I think he might be. He might have to look for his next team, bro. Like because this dude, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like Kevin Durant. I just don't think he ever really became. He's not somebody that's gonna become a vet. He's somebody that's cool with being hot, like with still everything going through him and late in his age. This is why he runs his mouth so much. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you having everything going for you, bro, at the age of 37 is not a flex. It's a downgrade, bro. Like it's destroying you. It's destroying your career because
he was arguably the best player though when he was with Brooklyn, man, for that little short time,
no,
man.
no,
Like
no.
to see him what he is now,
He
like he's
was
definitely
he
top one for
was
good.
he was, but he wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be James Harden.
Yeah,
It was
that didn't
supposed
work
to be
out.
James Harden because when James Harden got there, the offense was on automatic. Kevin Durant, all he had to do was just get to a spot. James Harden will find you. But the thing is with James Harden, when you're still that efficient offensively as a scorer and as a passer, and at reading the defense and navigating screens as a ball handler, bro, you have to be the best player, not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was the best player because he had the stats. It was supposed to be James Harden who got injured the first game of the Bucks series.
Yeah,
but still
that was
play it anyway.
consequential. All
It
because he
was
put on
supposed to
weight,
be him.
man. Imagine he pulled all that crap off without putting on the weight. He would have been out. This is why you cannot screw with the system to better your own way forward in the NBA, because karma has shown it tends to find those people who do shit like that. Unfortunately, it screwed us up because we were dumb enough to trade everything for the guy. So yeah, we had to learn a harsh lesson too in that situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we got the game started. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna back out for a little while. I'm gonna come back after the game. So I like to thank John and leave. Thanks,
Good to be with
John.
Scott.
Yeah, well, it's good talking. Jamal's in the chat. What's up, Jamal?
Hey Jamal.
And we're gonna watch a little bit of the game.
Also,
Like and
Scott, I
sub-
see you got the scores up and stuff. That's cool. New features.
yeah, yeah. I'm just
I
trying to
like
get this.
that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow on X and follow on YouTube. Thank you guys. I'll see y'all after the game. Peace.
Peace.